Hello everybody, it's Rebecca here at Why Mermaids and welcome to another book haul! This is the book haul from December and January, and if you look at my recent book hauls, I would say that this one is actually one of the smaller ones from the past few book hauls. So go me, I'm actually doing better with the whole book buying ban thing, which I'm not really on a ban, but like I'm trying to buy less books. So I still have a decent amount, but I didn't pay for all of them. So that's kind of cool. Anyway, let's just get into the books. There's this really cool used bookstore in my area called Second & Charles, and I went there after Christmas this year to buy some books and look at books and whatnot, and I ended up getting two, so not as many as I could have gotten. A lot better than the last time I went. So let's look at those two. So the first one is Samurai Shortstop by Gratz, and this is the story of a young Japanese boy who learns to play baseball at a boarding school. I picked up this book because one of my nano that I'm still writing, has a Japanese American main character. And so I wanted to kind of get more information, more backstory, more cultural knowledge about what it means to be Japanese or Japanese American. So I asked on Twitter some recommendations, and this one was recommended to me for a good story of a Japanese character, a Japanese boy. And so this was only $3 at Second & Charles, so I decided to pick it up so that I could read it. I haven't read it yet, but I do really look forward to it and kind of diving into that culture. The other book I got at Second & Charles is Red Rising, which, if you know, I already have this book, but I have it in paperback, and this is one of my favorite series, and so I really wanted it in hardcover because my other two books are in hardcover from the series, and I'm gonna always get them on the day they come out. So I wanted them to all match, like all of my Pierce Brown books, basically, because Iron Gold comes out this summer. It's the new addition to, it's like the spin-off series. Anyway, I'm gonna have them all in hardcover, but I didn't have Red Rising in hardcover, so it was like $8 or $9, so I decided to pick it up so that I could add it to my collection of Pierce Brown Red Rising because I love it so much. In December, I also picked up the book club pick for my book club that I'm part of, that we're talking about actually the end of January. So mid-January, I think we're talking about it, which by your time, it will already have been over. But anyway, regardless. Book club book that I bought in December for the January meeting is Golem and the Jinni by Helene Wecker. I have read this book. I finished it last night, my time, not your time, because we're time traveling here by the time I post the video. And so I gave it like a 3-star. I'll talk about it in my wrap up, but it is a story in the early 1900s New York of two creatures from different backgrounds that immigrate over, basically, and you have a golem which is a Polish, and then a genie who is from Syria, and a mythical feature from there. And so it was really cool to kind of get this history of both of these creations and these mythical creatures, and also this time period and these different cultures themselves. Like, I had no idea what a golem was, and I didn't know a lot about genies. So that's what it's kind of dealing with that. And so I'll talk again more in my wrap up about my thoughts, but if you're interested in Syrian or Polish culture and early 1900s immigrant culture, this is a really good choice. My book of the month pick from December was Homelander by Kelly Luce, which is again another Japanese American story. She's a Japanese girl who commits a crime and then comes to America, and I believe the crime follows her into her future. I'm not sure exactly, but it sounded really intriguing and kind of like a little thriller, but you already know who the murderer or who the perpetrator is. You know what happens, but you don't know why. And so I think that's really cool. And again, I'm also really interested in Japanese culture. It's one of my favorite things to learn about and read about, and I'm always looking for really good recommendations, and so this was another one for me to kind of dive into that with. For January book of the month, I actually got 3 books. So I had a credit because one of you lovely people, or one of my lovely friends, signed up for book of the month and used my code for it. So I had a free book on my list that I could pick from, that I could order an extra book basically for free. So I did that. And book of the month also sent out a short story for everybody, all of their members. So I have 3 books for the price of 1, and actually it's a discounted price because book of the month is not full price for books. But anyway, so 3 books for one, which is really cool. So the one that I actually like was part of this month's book of the month is Girls in the Moon by Janet McNally. This is YA. It's a story of a girl whose parents are rock stars and whose sister is also kind of in the music industry in New York, and her life dealing with this. And I read the premise and it sounded kind of really cute and adorable and lovely and beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to this one. Like, I have a stack of books on my bookshelf next to my bed that I like can't wait to read, and this one's like, I can't wait to get to it because I really am excited about reading this one. It sounds so good, so pretty, and so interesting that I just, plus it's so pretty. The cover is so pretty that it keeps calling out to me. So I'm gonna read this one very soon. The short story that we got sent for free this month as an edition is The Grownup by Gillian Flynn, who is the author of Gone Girl, and that's the only one I've read, but she's written a bunch of other thrillers, and so I'm really excited to read this. It's very short, and I should be able to kind of dive right into it and right out of it within a few hours probably, if less than that, if not less than that. So I'm really excited. Thanks, Book of the Month, for sending this out with us this month, because that's really cool. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to all of us. It's slightly late because it's now January and I'm just now talking about this, but that's okay. And the book that I picked up as part of my like free gift for people, recommending Book of the Month to people, I guess, is Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This has been on a lot of best of lists from 2016. I've had my eye on it, and so I decided I really wanted to read this one, and my sister-in-law also really wanted to read this one, so I decided to add it into my cart for free so that I could read it. Because that's the great thing about free books, is that you can read them for free, right? Free. Anyway, I don't know what it's about at all. I read the synopsis like 6 times and I don't remember what it was, but it sounded really cool. I should read it. Let me let you know. Something about dreams, and is this life the real life, or is the dream life the real life, or something like that? I don't know, but it sounds really cool and sci-fi-y. And I like sci-fi-y type books. I got 2 books as gifts this year for Christmas. So the first one is from the lovely Kim at Kimberly's Mindstorm, and it's The Song of the Lioness by Tamora Pierce. This is the first book in the Alanna adventures, and I have not actually read this before, but it's been recommended to me over the years by different people, and I don't know why I haven't read it, but now I get to, and I'm so excited about this. Like, it's just really cool. I think it's a YA/middle grade fantasy adventure story with girls becoming knights. Like, you can't beat that. The other book I got for Christmas was from my friend / sister-in-law, which is The Amazing Adventures of Kavalier and Clay by Michael Chabon. Again, I don't actually know what this one is about either, but it's been on my wish list for a long time. I've heard really great things about it. I like Michael Chabon as an author. It's New York in 1939. It's got an escape artist and an artist, and it just, I don't know. It sounds cool. I'm excited to read it. And the last book I have to show you today is the sequel to a book I'm currently reading, and it is The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss. This is the second book in the King Killer Chronicles. I'm currently reading in The Name of the Wind, or I am reading it at the current time that I'm filming this, and so this is book 2. It was like $9 on Amazon, and I can't wait to get to it because I'm really enjoying The Name of the Wind. This is another chunker. It's like 1,000,000 pages long. It's literally 1,000 pages long, so chunker 100%, but such a cool stories. The first one is so far that I knew that when I finished it, I'd want to have the option to pick this one up. Even though I know I can't pick it up immediately, I want to just have it there so I can pick it up when I'm ready for it. So, excited. Those are the books that I got in December and January. Hopefully I don't get any more because it's only January 22nd at this point, and the month is not currently over, but if I get them, I'll just add them into February. So these are the books that I got. Let me know if you've read them, what your thoughts are, and yeah, that's about it for me today. I'll see you next time.